No, you sour, skeptical little bitch. That's how this video is not clickbait. I know what you're thinking. You're sitting there thinking, there's no possible way this extremely handsome, jacked man could show me how to go from 0 to 7 figures a year in a single YouTube video. But that's exactly what I'm about to do. Prepare to have your mental butthole blown wide open by this video, because I see you there. Old, fat, 5'2", short incel-like, nasty neckbeard raging on, thinking there's no possible way this could happen. But that's what we're gonna do in this video. We're gonna be devoting all that time, energy, and money you've been devoting to your World of Warcraft account and your crippling virginity, and we're going to reroute that into the specific business models and tactics I'm going to show you in this video. You won't even have to leave your house, and you certainly won't have to talk to a girl. Just take a deep breath. You won't even have to interact with other humans. And you'll still have plenty of time for your AI hentai waifu. This business model, this video, this is for you. I'm telling you, I'm selling it pretty hard here. You better fucking listen. Because like I've said already, I'm gonna be showing you how to go from 0, complete loser, to $1 million per year. And if you're still a little bit skeptical, I have good news for you. Unlike every other business advice YouTuber who makes all their money giving business advice, I've actually done this. I've built multiple 7, 8-figure, and I currently have a 9-figure company valued about $150 to $200 million. In short, I know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm gonna convey that to you. And the benefit to you of me already being so fucking rich is I don't have to sell you a course either. I know you come to these videos and people are like, let me show you how to start a business and make a lot of money. I'm gonna show you my super secret technique. All you have to do is give me $497 for my life transformation consulting accelerator degree XXX diaper boy program. No, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna tell you, I don't need your money. Put your wallet away. And frankly, go look in the mirror, look at that form. I don't wanna deal with that. I don't want responsibility for that. The second you give me money, I have to deal with you. I don't want that. So I'm just gonna give you this information and you can go and apply it. Sound good? Okay, let's get started. So look, I'm sure you're looking for specifics here, and I'm gonna give you specifics. I'm not gonna be vague here. I'm gonna be very direct and straightforward with exactly what you need to do. This is not some mental rehab your life video where people give you a bunch of general business practices. I'm gonna be specific as fuck. I'm gonna tell you exactly what buttons to press. And so what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna show you the exact business model or models you should pick, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to take these to 7 figures. Now, this is gonna be a little bit of Kimosabi Karate Kid, wash on, wash off, because I'm gonna mind fuck you a little bit to trick you into being successful. Because what you're actually missing right here, and please pay attention to this part, this is the mental warm-up part. We will get to the business tactics and the exact things you need to do. I will show you how to apply the loop, and I will show you how to rub out this business nice and easy, though I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are already pretty good at that, as your hentai AI waifus firmly know. But look, I'm not gonna brag here because I'm extremely humble. You all guys know this. I'm the #1 humblest business advice guy on YouTube 6 years running. We're not gonna risk that reward. Graham Stevens been trying to get it from me for years, but he just can't do it because he's not as humble as me. Graham, I know you're watching these videos. I know you're very jealous. It's not gonna happen. But why is it easy for me to make a 7-figure business? Well, it's really easy for me to make a 7-figure business because, let me look at my notes right here because I'm too stupid to remember these things, but I can sell, I can write copy, I can recognize markets, and I can recognize products that will fit into them, that people will buy. I can build those products, and I can hire people to support it, and then I can market the ever-living fuck out of them. Because of those skill sets right there, it's really easy for me to make money, at least 7 figures a year. It's not a problem. So truly, what you actually want, if you want to make 7 figures a year, or any amount of money, is you want to acquire skills like that, or those specific skills exactly in general. That's what you need to make 7 figures a year. A lot of people think, oh, you got to discover some brilliant idea or some genius secret. No, you just have to be good at those things. If you are good at those things, you can make money. And the reason I am good at those things is because I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been doing this for a very long time, so I'm very good at those things. It's like if you were to ask someone, you know, how do you play guitar? How do you get gigs as a musician? You sit down and you play a fuck ton of guitar. Then you're pretty good at guitar. And then when someone's like, hey, learn how to play this song, you're like, oh, okay. And you can just do the shit, like you know how to do it. That is what you truly actually need here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a blueprint, a business model system that actually gets you those skills. Because what you need to do to actually obtain those skills is you need to fucking do it. For example, if I was trying to teach you how to do jujitsu, I can give you 15 fucking books on jujitsu and every YouTube video on planet Earth. You can watch every podcast about Gordon Ryan. You can learn exactly how an armbar works, the positioning of the spine, every single guard technique to be super secret. The second you get on the fucking fucking match, you're going to get fucking beat up by a penguin. Just a small baby wee lad of a penguin, because you don't know what you're actually doing. What you have to actually do is go do it. And so what I'm going to do in this video is a strategy I'm going to give you is going to get you all these skills by the time you're done with it, and you will make money at the same time. So it's just a total win-win. You're going to make money. You're going to get an extremely straightforward process, and I'm going to mind fuck you at the same time and not call you back. And then you and your AI waifu can ride off into the sunset. So what do we want to do here? How do we get started? Okay, look, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to like and subscribe this video. Why? Not for me, but for you. I do plan to release some course or some training or something in the future. I'm not sure yet on this channel. And that's going to go to every single one of my subscribers. If you're not subscribed, fuck you. I'm not giving it to you for free. If you can't click a button, I'm not shooting videos for you. Number two, I'm releasing red hot content on this channel a little bit more regularly, because at Highways we're releasing something very soon that is very mass market. So I need a much broader audience to manipulate on YouTube. So we're getting a little bit more wide here. So subscribe. You'll get all that training in the future. It's very easy for me to scrape all my subscribers on here and deliver that. Just using a quick little AI, everybody subscribe to me. So look, here's the businesses and things you need to do. So there's multiple levels to this. And in my opinion, I think if you really focus down, you could get to 7 figures a year within a year to 2 years of doing this. Now, that's not me promising any result right here, and I'm not selling you anything, and I don't really actually care if you get a result or not. I'm not responsible for you. But in my opinion, I think it's very possible to do that, because I did that. And I was really stupid when I got in the business. I didn't have half the freaking assets that you do. There was no information online about how to build the business. There was no one telling you how to build a business. Heck, you log on to YouTube right now, you have 15 people making millions of dollars a year explaining how to make a business. Some of the best entrepreneurs on earth giving podcasts on how to start business. You're really fucking lucky. So I think you should be able to do it faster, because I'm a dumbass. So we have to look at the steps to doing this and the different levels of this. So first things first, what business model should we pick to do this? A lot of people look for specifics. You go on YouTube and people are like, you should build an agency, or you should make an e-commerce business, or you should make an AI agent business. And then what they do is they convince you about that business model and why it's so good, and then they sell you a course on it. The reason why people want you to pick some specific business model is because they make money teaching you how to use that business model. In my opinion, I think any type of business model works, but I'm going to give you suggestions on what to look for. If you're a beginner, you want to find the business model that everybody else is doing. So for example, if you look online right now, off the top of my head, I do SaaS, I build software. I don't suggest that for a beginner at all. Though I do suggest if you can go learn code, if you're in your 20s and you can learn code and then how to build apps with AI, you're going to have a considerable advantage here, because then you can just build products for free. So that is my suggestion right here, but I don't think most people are going to be able to do that, because you guys are lazy and you suck. I don't even know how to code. I didn't even do that, so I'm not going to give you that advice. But I do think that's hell of a good advice if you're much more higher IQ than the rest of us. But the business model you should go after is what everybody else is doing, because you just know it works. And what we're trying to do is, if you're trying to build a 10 million, 20 million, $50 million per year business, like I'm doing, you really need to find something unique, and you have to really understand the product and market fit and how to find a very unique place in the market. If you're trying to make $1 million per year, you can do what everybody else is doing. You just have to do it a little bit more competently, and you can find your piece of the pie pretty easily. So what I would suggest off the top of my head is there's a bunch of different business models that do work. And yes, those people talking about them on YouTube, usually, even though they're trying to sell you a course, they do have a point. So off the top of my head, I would do drop shipping or an e-commerce store. I would sell services to businesses as an agency, or I would sell information products, or I would actually sell services or time to agencies themselves. That's where you're going to get started at. When I first started my business, what I did and everybody was doing back then was SEO. I don't really suggest SEO right now because it's confusing as shit. I'm pretty sure there's some new type of SEO coming with AI and how ChatGPT works, optimizing those. But I don't understand this right now, and I wouldn't suggest you that. But the way I got started was I did SEO for local businesses. And then what I started doing is then mass selling those services. And then I started actually selling outsourcing of SEO services to agencies. And this actually covers 3 different levels I'm about to go through. And this actually took me to 7 figures a year, that process right now. So step 1, what you want to do is you want to pick a business model that everybody else is doing because you just know it works. Okay, we don't have to be the best in the world at it. To make 7 figures, you don't have to be that good at all. It's pretty low level. I know that seems crazy to say to some people right here, but making about $80,000 a month, it might seem insurmountable to some people, but I make millions and millions of dollars a month right now. And back in the day, I thought making even $5,000 a month would have been remarkable. So your skew and your view on money, it scales. Okay. So what I would do is I'm going to use a business model right now as an example that I think is similar to how SEO was back then. I think building AI agents for businesses is a very open new business model for beginner entrepreneurs. I think it's very similar to SEO back then. So I'm going to compare my SEO journey in kind of the context of AI agents right now. So bear with me. So I would pick a business model that everybody else is doing. I would say AI agents. There's a lot of ways you can go with this. It's a brand new market. And so there's going to be a lot of opportunities. But I also think if you like drop shipping or e-commerce, I think if you like good old traditional running ads for businesses, I think that's just fine too. But what step one is truly is it doesn't matter the business model. What you're actually doing is you're selling your time. Okay. And so what you have to learn how to do is obtain some skill set that makes other people money or improves their business. Website design, in my case right there, SEO services. And then you just need to find a way to sell this to people. Now, how do you sell this to people? There's a few various ways. You can use outsourcing sites like, for example, Fiverr, Upwork, whatever. And what you're doing at this point in time is you're not really running a business. You're basically being a contractor. You're going to do manual labor for businesses, and that's your business. You're essentially a plumber. Okay, this is step one. And so, for example, what I did is I went on sites like Upwork, I went on sites like Fiverr, and I went on and called local businesses. I did the whole spiel. And so what I learned how to do was SEO. So you're probably asking, how do you learn how to build AI agents? How do you learn how to do SEO? You go fucking do it. I don't understand when people, I'm going to get a little bit feisty and spicy right here, but I'm going to be firm with you because I hate this fucking virgin cuckold beta question. Like, how do I learn how to do something? You motherfucker. When I first got started learning how to do SEO, I had to like go and compile. It was like Indiana Jones digging through tombs looking for like sacred scrolls. I had to go through all these fucking dirty ass forums like War Forum and Blackout World, the absolute cesspool of the earth, and like piece together the two people on the forums that weren't lying. They were actually giving like actual trainable information on how to do SEO, and to combine blogs. Like, you remember when people had to actually read and put effort into like their content and actually digesting content? I had to do that shit. So I had to go find blogs and find out who wasn't bullshitting and piece together like 50 different texts on how to do SEO. And then I went and actually just did it. And I tried and I tried and I tried for a couple months. And eventually I got something to actually rank in Google. That was hard to do. You literally get on Google right now or YouTube or ask ChatGPT. It will tell you how to build AI agents, how to do SEO. You'll get probably not the most cutting edge, but the good enough edge to make money with right now. So just go load up fucking YouTube, look at what's happening, look at what people are saying and the training that's being given there, and just learn to fucking do it. There's like, I can type in AI agents for small businesses, and there's literally like 5,000 videos right now from everybody and their dog. Like, you have it so easy. Just go watch these videos and then do it. And here's the thing. If it comes out bad and you're like not good at it first, and you're kind of afraid that like what you're going to sell sucks, good. If you were learning jujitsu and you went on the mats and you get in your first sparring session, do you think you're going to be able to choke somebody? Do you think you're going to be able to do anything remotely that resembles a trained fighter? If you pick up a guitar for the first time and you're 2 months into it, do you think you're going to be able to play in a band? Do you think you're going to like go on stage in front of your friends and everyone's like, no, you're going to look like a fucking retard, and that's fine because that's the goal. The reason why a lot of people don't make money is they don't want to look like a fucking retard. But guess what? Being broke your entire life looks a whole lot fucking worse than being a retard for a few months, doesn't it? So if you're like afraid that your first shot at this probably isn't going to work and it's going to be messy and like a little bit cringe, good. Go watch my first videos. Go load up whoever you look up to on YouTube, Alex Hormozi, Graham Stephan, whoever you think is cool in business. Go look up their first stuff. It's all embarrassing and terrible. If you don't want to be, if you want to keep in your cool zone and be like the cool broke guy, but he's like cool, fine, do it. Or you can just be the guy who's cringed for a few months or a few years or a few decades in my case, and then finally just make a ton of money, and then you can be as cringe as you fucking want on a fucking yacht in Monaco, and no one's gonna say shit about it because you beat everyone. That's what you want to be. Okay, so this is how you're going to get there. And when you first try to do this stuff, it's not going to work. It's not going to look cool. And if you start some AI agent business, I guarantee you probably first 2, 3, 4 months, it's not really going to work. You're not going to sell shit. It's going to be a mess. But then after 4 months, just like a person who gets on the mats in jiu-jitsu, you're going to get your ass kicked for 4 months. But after 4 months, you're going to get on the mats with somebody who just hopped into it, and you're going to be able to smack them around and roam around all over the place. And you'll be able to beat up an untrained fighter, aka dude that's just the basics of basics in business. You're going to have to suffer a little bit to get there. And if you don't want to suffer, that's fine. Go suffer for the rest of your life. Get the fuck off my channel. I'm not here to coddle you or make you seem like there's some law of attraction or some nice world that's out there looking for you. And there's a way to do this while being comfortable the entire time. Fuck your comfort. I don't care if you're uncomfortable. If you can't accept losing just a little bit, you're a fucking dork and I don't like you and you're not cut out to do this. So go away. All right. So where you want to start out right here is essentially selling your time. Now, the caveat to this is there are some businesses like drop shipping that you can do and you can start with this that don't require you selling the businesses or this type of model right here. I didn't get started doing that, so I can't give you the best advice on that. I don't think drop shipping and e-commerce is the best way to start. It is a good way to start. I don't think it's the best way to start because it usually requires you connecting a lot of dots, like shipping stuff in from businesses, upfront cost, running ads. There's nothing inherently wrong with this. You can get started very, very cheaply in e-commerce. It's just kind of a different skill set. And I think selling your time as like a plumber, not doing actual plumbing, but like selling your actual time doing services for businesses is way more approachable because you're going to learn the basics of business, which is basic services, providing a service, providing something to a business of some kind or an individual or whatever, and you're going to learn how to sell it, and you're going to learn basic things like how to make a basic website, present yourself, etc. I think this builds the ground core, but if you want to go for e-commerce or drop shipping or something a little bit more like that, I'm not telling you not to. You're just going to learn the ground basics by doing something very, very simple. So this is all you're going to do. I would suggest going to an outsourcing site, Fiverr or whatever, and get cold calling businesses and then posting your ads everywhere and applying to like work and do contracting work everywhere you can online. Where do you go do all these things? Where are the links to those sites? Go figure it out. I've already given you most of the puzzle. I'm giving you the actual blueprint right here. Now, step 2, what we're going to want to do at this time is let's imagine you get your business off the ground. So when I got my business off the ground a little bit, I was doing SEO for local businesses. So when I was doing this, or step 2, what happened is eventually after a few months, I was really maxed out with the amount of businesses I could provide services to, because after like 5, 6 SEO clients, you're really not doing so. It's just hard. And you're probably making about maybe 5,000, 6,000 a month or something at this point. You're not making a lot of money, but you're actually making close to a full-time income doing this. Now, a bonus tip right here is a lot of you guys probably have jobs. That's fine. I got to back then about $200,000 a year before I quit my job, and $200,000 a year back in like 2017, however long I've been doing this. Longer than that, like 2013. Jesus, I'm old. That was a lot of money back then. So that's probably close to like $300,000, $400,000 a year right now. Anyways, you can do this while having a job. You just get home from work and you work on your business. And on the weekend, you work on your business. And when you're at work, if you have access to a computer, you don't do your job and you just work on your business as well. So if you can afford to pull that off, I worked at a marketing agency. And so I was able to get all my marketing stuff done. And to that marketing agency, if someone's watching this, I actually did my job. I promise. I was just so damn good at it. It didn't take me the entire workday to do it. Okay. So look, once you have the ability to do this, you can actually do 2 things. One thing I'd actually suggest, if you're working a normal job you don't like right now, you can use the new skill set you've learned, let's say building AI agents for businesses, to get a job somewhere else. And so you can build AI agents at your workday job, and then you can actually go home and build them for other businesses and do that well. I've seen so many people do that exact pattern. That's what I did. I got a job. I needed to shore up my income a little bit more. So I got a full-time job at a marketing agency. And then I also did SEO for businesses and stuff on the side. And so this gave me a little bit of a safety net. You don't want to do any of this without a safety net either. People always think that you're going to have to like do some Steve Jobs in your garage thing. Look, you're not trying to become a billionaire or go all in. You're trying to like replace your income right now. Okay. So slow down, Kinosabi. Like, you don't need to go and bet the farm on some crazy business idea right now. We're not building Airbnb. But what we're going to do is, as soon as our time starts to get maxed out, okay, if you're working a job, first thing you want to do is max out your time and then quit your job so you can go full-time on your business, and then scale that up to replace your job income. So let's imagine your job's paying you $5K a month and you get to $5K a month in your business. What you're going to do is quit your job then and get to $10K a month, and then use that spare time right there. And what you're usually going to see when you quit your job is by going and focusing all your time on your business, you're usually going to see your business really start to pop off right then, because you're just putting in more hours, and more hours in this instance equals more money. But what's going to happen eventually is you're going to get capped off at like 10K or whatever amount a month that your clients start to max out something. Let's say you're making AI agents and you're getting maxed out. What you're then going to do is you're going to separate yourself from the actual manual labor. And this is when you actually start to become a business owner. And so what you're going to do is you're going to hire other people to build your AI agents. So what I was doing with my SEO business is I was essentially doing all the work, and I thought, okay, I can't sell any more of this. So I got friends that I used to know or people that I could find on the internet, and I taught them how to do SEO, and then I had them provide the SEO services, and all I focused on was selling. And so what you're doing in any business really is you shouldn't be the product of the person doing the labor. That's step one. You're a plumber at that point. You're like a contractor. You want to remove yourself from the contractor, and you want to sell contractors. This is all the next level it is going to be, and then you're going to focus on selling. And so what are you going to learn at this point right now? You've learned how to make a product, sell a service, hire people, very basic, just 1 or 2 staff. And then what you're doing is you're learning how to fully sell a business. Now, at this point, you're going to keep grinding it up until you're at 20, 30K a month. And things are starting to cap out because like it's just getting difficult to manage too many people, or they're running the business or whatever. It's just going to become greasy right then. Now, there's 2 ways you can take this. You can go and actually just scale this. You can target bigger clients, and you can just improve the business service, and you can hire better people, and you can take an AI agent business and just target better businesses. And just at this point, you're really going to need to just improve the business so that you're selling something that's super high quality and really automate the entire process with systems. So step 3 is going to mostly be systems and optimizing the hell out of all these points: the selling, the hiring, the product, the delivering of the service or whatever you're selling. Okay? That's what step 3 is going to be. It's just taking this and doubling down on it. Now, at this point, it's all going to be about leads and amount of traffic coming in. So I said 3 steps, but I make up these videos as I go. I don't write a script because professionality, not on this channel. Step 4 is going to be the part where we get to $1 million a year. So at this point, you've really you've made a pretty good business. You have stuff selling. You have people running it for you. You've professionalize it, you've systemized it, you have patterns that you clearly follow to build the product, deliver the service, get people in and sell it. You're doing the same thing over and over again. It works. Now all there is to do is marketing. Okay. So we haven't even done much marketing right now. Our marketing has been us picking up the phone and applying on websites for services and running a Fiverr account. Okay. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to start running ads. This is the big scary part. But if you can run paid advertising online and then convert paid traffic, you have the keys to the castle. You will never fail to make a lot of money ever. It is the epitome of making $1 million to $5 million per year. Okay. After you get past $5 million a year, ads actually become a diminishing return because it's one of the worst ways to actually grow a business. At that point, you have to make something special. You have to build a special product, or ads are going to be this thing that cap out and then actually destroy the business because you're marketing a turd. But we're not at that point right now. Your business right now, I'm going to tell you, it's kind of a turd. If you're just at this point right now and you're under $5 million a year and you're getting stuck there, your business sucks. You're a low-level business owner. That's fine. You're still making more money than like everybody else. Just in the totem pole, if we're playing in the game of if business is like the NFL, you're in like the dumpster league of college football right now. That's fine. That's still a pretty good football player, just not compared to Tom Brady. All right, but seriously, what we want to focus on at this point is buying advertising, whether this is from Facebook and Google ads, or, paying influencers to market our stuff, or just just paying for traffic to come in. And then what you're going to learn when you start running ads is that you suck at running ads and it loses a lot of money and you're really upset about it. But then what you're going to finally learn, because you hate losing money, is how to copyright and sell via the interwebs. You're going to learn how to make good ad copy, good creative, how to make good landing pages that convert people, and how to build funnels and call systems to get people into your business or whatever marketing channel you want to do. Webinars, long written sales pages, I don't care. Okay. You can go look at my business like highroast.com. You can see all the sales pages and everything I've written there. But I've written hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sales pages and webinar presentations and sales videos. And how do you think I learned how to do that? by doing this. And it didn't really work at first. But once it did, I followed this process over and over again. And I made multiple 7 and 8 figure businesses doing it. You can get well past 7 figures a year just with this skill set right here. You can get to 5, 8 figures. It's going to be a hard 8 figures, but you can do it. And so what you then do is you start sending people into this funnel that then sells them a product, gets them to the people that you're managing, and sells the service. Now at this point, you're really at the point of becoming a fantastic entrepreneur. If you just want to hang out with your kids and masturbate all day and hang out with your AI waifu, that's fine. You can do that too. But at this point right here, you have everything you need to make 7 figures a year. Like getting to step 3 right here will get you to 20, 30K a month. Okay. Being able to generate unlimited traffic to your business on command, once you can convert it, will get you to 70, 80,000 a month. You're just taking this initial model right here and doing more of this. Now, if you want to really make a lot of money, this is where you learn how to actually make the product. You want to invent something. I've seen a lot of people take agencies to multiple 8-figure something. I don't like the agency business model past a certain point because I think it's just hard to scale and it's just obnoxious. I want something that I can send people to endlessly and scale it, and the delivery of it doesn't change too much, which is why I do software. The same thing can also be done with drop shipping. But let's back up, Kinosabi. Where are you right now? You know how to build a business, how to hire people, how to sell. You know how to generate business with that and how to do the sales process through this evolving step 3 right here. And now you understand how to generate unlimited traffic. You can do basically whatever the you want at this point. You don't have to do this model. You have everything you need to build a very, very lethal business. So at this point, what I would suggest is actually getting back into e-commerce or building your own software or custom services, or taking this agency model right here to the super duper next level. So for example, what I did in SEO is once I got to this level where I was selling the services and outsourcing, I made a really, really lethal outsourcing business where it was completely automated. So like a person would come to a website, they'd sign up for it. We do these big launches, and then I had a staff automatically doing it to make it more streamlined. So one thing you can do to get to the next level is just streamline the hell of it. You stop making like the one-on-one agency system or something that's slow and manual, and you automate it. So people just come to the website, they'd fill out some forms, and the thing got automated and done for them. That's one place you can take it. The other place you can take it is actually start making the products and services that the agencies or other businesses are using. This could be software or SaaS. It can also be making training. Okay, you can show people and train people on what you did. For example, I believe Ayman Ghazi, he made agencies or something. People have mixed opinions on the guy, but let's just look at the models below it. He made agencies that made him money, and then he made millions and millions of dollars selling courses on how to make agencies. So you can sell training, you can sell coaching, you can sell anything on top of that. Doing that, I think the info model is really, really great for getting like to $1 to $10 million a year. I don't like it to get to where I'm at right now, but I think it's great for generating cash flow. And then when we have a video on how to get to 10 million plus a year, I'll talk a little bit more about that. You can actually go and jump back into e-commerce and actually mass produce the products and everything. You really have everything you need now to build a business. You have cash flow, you have the marketing skills, you have the sales skills. And that was really my goal in this video. If you do everything in this video, everything I talked about, I know I didn't give you exact super duper specifics, like say this on the phone, do this thing right here. I'm going to get my video prop. You could also make YouTube videos very badly like I do. That can work as well. What is this doing? But like I said before, everything I showed you in this video is what you need to get to 7 figures a year. I didn't give you exact specifics like what to say on the phone, what to do this, the exact way to sell the service, exact thing to build, because you can figure that the out. You need the path to follow. If you need someone to come in here and show you exactly what to write in your emails, and you can't go in the chat GPT and ask what to say to people or like how to open a Fiverr account, then you don't really want this enough. So I'm not really going to worry about you. Those of you that want it, follow that pattern that I just laid out right there, and that will take you to 7 figures a year. But what it's also going to do is give you that foundation as a business owner and entrepreneur to do pretty much anything you want to do. And then the world's your oyster, because you know how to make a service, you know how to make a product, you know how to hire people roughly, you know how to build systems for them to follow, to sell it, and then you know how to market it and get people there, and then you're going to learn how to convert them. If you can do those things, you're really cooking with fire, and it's really just pushing yourself harder to get to those higher levels. So that's the video. If you guys like this video, subscribe. I'm going to be releasing some private training or cool thing for free, but it's only going to my subscribers. So subscribe. And I'm also releasing a lot of content on Instagram now because, you know, I need to be cool on there, I guess. And I want to show you guys the food I'm eating at dinner. I know you really care about that. So subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next video. Bye.